Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Alicia. If you're new here, I hope that you will stick around and subscribe. In today's video, as you could tell from the title, we are going to be digging into some new items from KVD Beauty. First off, I'm so excited about the Moongarden Collection. So I picked up two things from that. Picked up the palette, obviously, and then I did pick up one of the liners. And then I also wanted to review something that's been around for a while, but it was newer to me and I wanted to spotlight it on my channel. It is the Dazzle stick. I do have this on my eyes, obviously, so this is the look that we will be doing today. Now, I do want to give you guys some pricing and some swatches really quick up front in case that is all you're interested in. So first off, the eyeliner retails for $22. It came in two different shades. I picked up the lighter of the two. And then we have the pressed pigment palette. Love the packaging on this. I think they did such a good job. And this retails for $42.50. I don't know what the 50 cents is about. They could have rounded it up or down in my opinion, but $42.50 is what the price is on this one. And then the shadow sticks, I can't remember. I think that these are $24. And there are like 6 or 7 shades of this. Now you have the most shade options on KVD's website, so that is where I would recommend picking up these from specifically. All right, so first off, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this liner. And it was described as being a white gold. Honestly, it looks a little bit more, I don't know. It just looks, it was not as bright as I thought that it would be. I'll just say that. All right, next up is the Dazzle stick. Love these so much. These are super soft. So I usually will like just rub my finger on these and apply them that way. Super duper intense if you apply it the other way. So it just depends on what kind of vibe you're going for, I guess. All right, and then here is the palette all swatched out. As you can tell, a lot of these are very neutral, like earthy tones. These are mattes and satins. The only metallic you're getting is this blue here. And then just a quick little overview. This is what the actual palette looks like. It is a little bit bulky, I'll say, but this is 100% recyclable. And then when you open it up, here are your 12 eyeshadows in here. And again, these colors, if you are familiar with this channel, I love a good grungy neutral look. So this was right up my alley as soon as I saw it. Let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. All right, guys, so we are gonna go ahead and get into the Moongarden palette. I love the artwork on this. I think it is so beautiful. I think that KVD is one of those brands that can do packaging really, really well. On the inside, of course, this is 100% recyclable, so they don't have a mirror in here. That's kind of a bummer, but they do have, again, some nice artwork in there. And then this is your palette here. I totally vibe with this color story. These are like my type of colors, these like grungy neutrals. Those are like my favorites. So I am super excited to dig into this today. And I think the first shade I'm gonna start with is this like mustard color right here. All right, as usual, we're gonna do one eye on camera, one eye off of camera. I did go ahead and prep my eyelids with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. If you guys are familiar with this channel, you know that that is the one I always use. I've been using it for years, so it's like a tried and true one, you know? I know how eyeshadows perform on that base. This is blending out like a dream. I really love KVD eyeshadows. I don't really hear too many people talk about the brand in general. And there's another item I'm going to show you a little bit later in this video that's like one of my all-time favorite products that I've discovered. So I don't know, I'm definitely interested to try more from this brand. They just came out with a new like serum foundation that I have been eyeing. It's part of their Good Apple line. All right, so that is beautiful. This would be pretty just all over the lid, blended into the crease like this, and you would be done. Throw in a little bit of liner and some mascara, and I think that that would be beautiful in itself. But of course, I'm gonna try to use as many shades from this palette as I can. All right, next up, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which is called Lunar Soil. This is another matte shade. And with this, I'm just gonna kind of pack this on the outer corner over here. All right, going in with that same brush, I'm gonna go into this satin shade. It's called Orb Weaver, and I'm gonna use this just because it's a little bit darker, and what I'm gonna do is just kind of pack this just in this outer corner, concentrated over here, just to add a little bit more depth. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back into that blending brush that I used for the crease, no additional product, and I'm just gonna kind of lightly blend in little tiny circular motions over those edges, just to help blend that out. And as you can tell, those blended seamlessly into one another. All right, next up, I want to use this right here. So this is the product that I've been so excited about. This is the KVD Dazzle Sticks. I think at this point, this is my 4th one of these, so clearly I love them. I think there's only like 6 or 7 shades. So this one in particular is Electro Bolt, and I thought that this one would look good with this outfit that I have on, because I don't think I have shown you yet. But I've got on like a little satin type top and then little mustard satin pants. So I wanted to keep the eyeshadow kind of matching those vibes. So here is the component of the Dazzle Sticks here, and here is that Electro Bolt shade. As you can tell, it is super duper reflective. I'll give you a little swatch. Now these are very soft, so they are going to have a lot of pigment, and you can draw them on your eye. I don't typically do that. I will either like use a brush and get some on there, or generally I will just use my finger. So yeah, this is such a pretty shade. So I'm just gonna take this on my finger and apply this to the lid. All right, guys, and what I love so much about these Dazzle Sticks is that you will not have any flaking throughout the day. You put these on, they stay on all day. It doesn't crease, doesn't budge until you take it off. You don't have to worry about it falling on your face throughout the day. It is one of the best glitter shadows, maybe the best glitter shadow that I have ever used. But I also want to try out this matte black in this palette. So I'm going to go into this with a little liner brush, and I'm just going to line my upper lash line. Alright guys, so I just cleaned that up, and this is what we are looking like here. I'm really happy with it. I'm going to go ahead, put on the rest of my makeup, and do the other eye, and we'll be back to finish off the lower lash line. All right, so I'm back looking a little bit different than the last time I saw you. Let's go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. All right, so I think the color that I'm going to start with is this warmer brown right here. So again, this is called Lunar Soil. And I'm just going to put this all along the lower lash line. I'm going to bring in a pencil a little bit later that's part of this same like Moongarden Collection. I'm super excited about it. I think it looks super pretty. All right, so that is going to be it for that color. Now I'm going to go in with my little liner brush again, and I'm going to go back into that matte black. And I'm going to kind of move this brush back and forth to kind of smudge this black liner right along that outer third. I am not going to bring this dark shade in because I don't want to close my eye off. I just really want to kind of lift the eye. And keeping a darker color just on that outer third on the lower lash line, for me, really does the trick for that. And it makes you look like you've done a whole lot more than you actually have, which who doesn't like that? All right, now I'm going to take, this is like a little fluffy eyeshadow brush, but it is not very compact. So I like to use this to kind of buff and smudge on the lower lash line. So any brush you have like this will be fine, but I'm going to go ahead and go back into that mustard shade. I love a good mustard. All right, and what I'm going to do is just right along all these edges, I'm going to add a little bit of that mustard shade. So as you can tell, I mean, I am bringing this down quite low. And then at the end over here, I am just going to kind of connect up to the top. Okay. All right, and then the final step is an eyeliner from this collection. So it comes in two different shades. I picked up the lighter of the two. Mine is in Electrum Gold. This is described as a white gold, and I thought this would be so pretty for an inner corner highlight, not just with this look, but like with looks in general. The other one was more of like a true gold. So here is that shade there. And let's see how this works out. I could be completely wrong. I'm having a little bit of issue getting it to stick. I feel like it's not really doing anything. All right, there we go. Maybe I just had to get it warmed up. Well, there it is. I mean, it's okay. It's not as blinding as I was hoping that that would be, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, finish up the other eye, finish off the rest of the look, then we'll be back for the final thoughts. All right, so this is the completed makeup look using the Moongarden Collection. You guys will have to let me know what you think. I am in love with this palette. I think that this could be one of my favorites for the year, honestly. I love the packaging of it, but more so, I love the shades that are in this palette. This is like everyday shades for me. I mean, with the exception of these three, which are just fun pops and make this palette a little bit more interesting. Everything else in here is very earthy, very everyday. I felt like these shades were so easy to work with. These mattes blended beautifully. The mattes were so nice to work with. I love this black as well. but I cannot wait to continue to use this. I can't quit looking at my eyes. Now, a good part of that is this dazzle stick. Now, as I mentioned, this I believe is my 4th one, so clearly I am a fan of these. I think if you can find a color that you like, this is a no-brainer. If you like glitters, this is, again, one of the best glitter eyeshadows I have ever used. I mean, look at the way that the light catches the shadow. It's so dimensional, and I do not have to worry about it flaking, falling on my face, none of that. So this, again, highly recommend. Now, I could do without this eyeliner. I feel like it really didn't do much. I mean, I do have it on the inner corners, which is where and why I bought this, but it's not as poppy as I thought that it would be. So to me, this is kind of a dud. I would skip on that, but I highly recommend these two. I mean, you saw how they performed. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye guys.